Hi friends, today we're in the beautiful port of Santa Cruz in Tenerife. Join us for a sightseeing tour up Mount Teide, a walk around the town, and an afternoon stroll around the magnificent streets of Laguna. Good morning everybody from a beautiful morning in Tenerife, Canary Islands. We sailed in really early this morning in the dark and docked about just before 7, and the ship was cleared really quickly in comparison to the African ports we've been in, so people are already getting off.
Here till midnight tonight, so decent length of time. We were off to do a bit of a tour and have a look around, and we'll keep you up to date on the way through.
Yep, so we better go down and get ready for our tour, and we'll catch you when we get off the ship. So today we're taking a ship tour up to the Mount Teide volcano. We've got the blue bus today.
Can you hear me now at the back? Yes? Okay, thank you. Thanks for your feedback. I was saying that if you look to the left, you can see the Opera House, okay? Opera House, Auditorio de Tenerife. In Spanish on the way back, you will see much better.
So today we're taking a ship sightseeing tour and heading up to the Teide National Park, which was named a World Heritage Site by UNESCO in 2007. The park is the most visited national park in Spain, with over 3 million visitors yearly. Probably most of those visitors come from cruise ships like us. Started heading up the mountain now, and it's quite foggy down below. I hope that burns off a bit and we can see something from the top.
So they won't just disappear. All this area where the city of Laguna was, well, that used to be a rainforest. Now I'm going to be able to show you a little bit of our rainforest, but now they are trying to recover it, to replant it. Okay? In this area we are having an oceanic climate. Oceanic climate is the climate that you are having on Ireland, okay? That you are having practically in all UK except north of Scotland.
The guide is explaining about the temperate rainforest climate in this area. It's really quite interesting.
They started to replant trees. He knew the importance of replanting trees to fight against the desertification and for trying to get more water to the island. Okay?
Our bus has pulled over at the first lookout. Wow, that blanket of fog is thick down there. But the volcano looks spectacular. Mount Teide is 3,715 metres or 12,188 feet tall. And it's the highest point in the Canary Islands. The volcano started forming 170,000 years ago, and its base is actually situated in an older, eroded and extinct volcano. Teide is still considered active, with the last eruption being in late 1909. A beautiful viewpoint here, and the island of Tenerife is out there somewhere. Unfortunately, it's very, very cloudy and we can't see it. It's an absolutely gorgeous spot. Better get back on the bus.
We have what we call it oceanic climate. Okay, oceanic climate. Just to give you an idea, the average of temperature between 14 Celsius degree, 57.2 Fahrenheit, to 16 Celsius degree, 60.8 Fahrenheit.
There's a television miniseries or a streaming one, disaster film.
Do you see the different stratus? Look to your left and right side. If we are on time, and we can, on the way back, we will stop it here. But let's see if there are not many rain occurs. And finally, here where we are, the average of the temperature is 9 Celsius degree. And what happened? When the magma reached the surface, we have what you are seeing on the left side. Do you see that the hills with the dark color? That are volcanoes. Volcanic eruption, 6th of January of 1705. You can get off now.
Stop for a coffee and a biscuit. It's lovely.
First good coffee I've had on this trip.
Yeah, it does look good. I've enjoyed my meal. You lose them over the wall.
On this side anyway.
Fun fact, or maybe not a fact, but it's rumoured that Teide casts the world's largest shadow projected on the sea. It stretches more than 40 kilometres to the island of Laguna at sunrise and to Gran Canaria at sunset.
And his brother was a ski bum got caught in an avalanche and never recovered his body in BC. So there's a lake or something they named after him, and it's unnamed.
Yeah, because it was.
Like if a giant throw it big rocks and look shiny, we are having a volcanic glass that in English you call it obsidian, obsidiana. For example, in North America we can find it in places like in Mexico. Okay, in Mexico, obsidiana, obsidian. The Wanches, they use it as a stone quarry because they use the obsidian for making the knife. In the Canary Islands, we call it mal país, that means bad land. It doesn't grow anything here. In the Hawaiian language means something like this. You cannot walk without shoes because the lava will cut your feet. Okay? So it is one of the words that come from the Hawaiian language.
Well, we made it out to the visitor centre, but sadly we can't stop because all the cars are parked in the bus parking. So we're just spinning around down here and heading back down. I'm not sure the tour was actually meant to stop here, but it would have been nice.
1798, 1798. From the summit, remember, 1492, Christopher Columbus, and to the west, that we don't see from here, outside of the national park, Chingero volcano, last volcanic eruption on the island of Tenerife. So what's going to, or what are we going to have it in the next future on the last year we had 2,228,000 people living in the Canary Islands, and to the island of Tenerife more than 955,000 people. So we're talking that almost 1 million people living here, without including our tourists. Okay, so it's too many people for a so small place like the Canary Islands. Later we will tell you about the surface of the Canary.
Oh, there's a little lizard.
Right, pulled over into another lookout, and these are the beautiful ichium. They're tall pyramid flowers which can grow up to 3 meters tall. Beautiful flowering ichiums there. It's the bees.
Our planet, it's 4,500 million years old. In some of your countries, you call it 4.5 billion years old. Okay, so it's nothing. If we compare it with the age of the universe, or also of our planet. Okay. And now you're going to be able to see a part of the national park that was modified by humans. That is the lunar landscape. The agency tests the robot here that they sent successfully to the hidden side of the moon. This is why the ESA, the European Space Agency, with the British Space Agency, they test here the robot that they sent to Mars, but unfortunately when it was landing, it crashed. Okay. So all this was modified because till the 1990s, they led to some mine companies to extract all the pumice stone. All what you're seeing with the white color is pumice stone. It's a volcanic pyroclast, phenolitic stone, that was used for different purposes. For example, for the cosmetic industry. Where you
Different colours of the rocks and the sand and the basin is striking.
But look the beautiful views that we have now on the left of Mount Teide.
You can just see it peeking over the top of the hill over there, and that's the Teide Observatory, which is a major astronomical observatory in the area. We've stopped briefly at the lookout where we passed the layered rock coming up. I'll get a look shortly, but I'm just waiting for the crowd to clear. Spectacular view of the mountain once again. Cloud is trying to clear down there. The town's peeking through.
Now I want to show you a caldera, and also I recommend you to try today in Laguna, if you go, or in Santa Cruz, the local coffee of the island. That is the barraquito. The barraquito is a long glass with condensed milk, coffee, milk, cinnamon, and a little bit of liqueur. With your coffee spoon, remember to mix all the flavors.
I'm just passing Tenerife Airport, tragically famous for the world's worst air disaster of all time. Well, that was a really nice tour up the mountain. There was a lot of bus time, but it's well worth it if you want to see the national park without a lot of walking, and it was quite reasonably priced. We were dropped off at the ship and we're just making our way into town now for a look around. I think we're going to head to the central markets for a look. Hot as Hades out here. It's a wonder there's not 1,000 people in this fountain. Maybe it's not a thing here. Wow, it's gorgeous down here. Lots of cute little restaurants and shops, lovely and clean. We're just looking up where we can buy a watch charger because we lost ours somewhere along the way and haven't been able to replace it as yet. Okay, I think we're heading the right way to the market. Oh yep, there it is. Nearly there. Wow, this fruit looks amazing. But sadly, we're a bit too late. The market's closed at 1 PM today. Strawberries. We're just having a quick look around and we'll wander back through town. Raspberries look gorgeous too. We're back in town now and we wandered into this mall and we've just walked in the door and can't stop ogling these pastries. Absolutely amazing.
Chocolate croissant.
It's croissants with strawberries and cream in them.
Apple flame thing.
Might have to get a snack on the way up.
Yeah. I think it's probably upstairs. It's on $1.30 by €1.30.
Yeah.
Espresso shot. You want to see if you got your pumpkin spice?
Right, so we wandered around town a bit more and then we decided that we'd head out to Laguna and have a look at the historic area out there. We've managed to negotiate the tram tickets, which were pretty easy, and we've hopped on the tram now. Ride takes about 35 minutes and it only cost, I think it was about €1.35 one way, so nice and cheap and easy. So we took the tram to the very last stop, which is Trinidad, and we've walked up the street until we got into the old town area. And from there we just started wandering up random streets that look pretty. Certainly enough of them. There sure are some beautiful buildings and these doors are amazing. Wow, this church is stunning. This is the Church of Our Lady of Conception. It's a beautiful 16th century Roman Catholic church, which was the first church founded in Tenerife after the conquest. beautiful just wandering the streets here. There's a real relaxed vibe. People are just out enjoying the many cafes or taking in the stunning architecture like we are. The sun's starting to get a bit low, so I think that's our cue to make our way back to Santa Cruz. We've been walking for hours, but found somewhere to sit down, have a bit of a cordial, and relax, cool off a bit. Yeah, nobody exercises their inside voice around here. But, yeah, we've had a great day, so we're just going to sit back and relax, and still got another 3 hours before we have to be back on the ship, so we'll watch the sun go down and see what it's like after sunset.
Hi all. That was the day in Tenerife. It's just past 9 o'clock and we've still got a bit of daylight. Boat doesn't leave till midnight tonight, so we've been walking most of the day after going out and visiting the mountain, which was Mount
Teide.
Sorry. But no, been an absolute great day. Seen lots, experienced lots. Nice place.
Yeah.
Really one to come back to.
It is, it's absolutely lovely actually. It's been really easy to get around. Riding the tram was really easy. Getting out to Laguna. And we've really enjoyed our day, and the people have been lovely actually. We wandered around a couple of bars, we sat down, had a drink, and everybody's been really helpful and friendly. So yeah, really lovely place, and definitely one to come back to one day. But we're going to hop back on the ship now and have some dinner, and we'll catch you in the next episode. So take care, friends.
Catch you next time. Was that it?
That might have been it. Quite cool, along the pier they've got all these figures from history, and they've even got our own Jean Batten. Didn't know she lived in Tenerife. There you go, learn something new.
For you Cub Scouts out there and brownies.